Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back to another exciting Lucas Chat podcast with your host, Kennedy Lucas. Welcome on back, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, of course, on K.L.P. Entertainment, but also welcome back to Spotify, IHeart Radio, and iTunes at K.L.P. Entertainment. We are back in the studio, y'all, doing another exciting podcast for you all. Can't wait to talk about some juicy stuff that's kind of been on my mind last night when I got home. We'll get to that in a minute. But, shout out to, of course, our newest platform for GGC, of course, George Gwinnett College, the Grizzly Talk podcast, y'all. Yeah. It's amazing. So amazing. I am really, really happy about that. Really, really happy about the podcast series for GGC. I remember we started this out about a week ago. I had the idea for a while, but it just came apart and came together, and planning. Had a lot of planning and development, and a lot of people interested into it. I got a lot of paperwork that needed to be done with it, and it's been kicking off really, really well. So I'm so happy about it. I could never been so blessed about it and so happy about it. Over 300 followers on our Instagram account now for Grizzly Talk Podcast. So it has just been booming. And I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it a lot on campus. We're actually getting ready to do another pilot type of show after this podcast. But so excited and so humbled to be doing something like that. Again, for all of you guys who go to GGC and you listen to it. Over about 500 downloads already, so it's amazing to see something come together, and a lot of people download it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people like what we see, what they hear and see via, if it's on our Instagram or on the actual Spotify of Grizzly Talk Podcast. So excited. So it's coming to iTunes and iHeartRadio. You guys know how we do it for those distributors. It takes a minute because we have to film and record a lot of pilot episodes to get it approved for that kind of distribution. So yes, it is on Spotify and Spreaker and my YouTube channel, but it's just not on iTunes and iHeart as of yet. We're still waiting to get approval, and that can take a couple days. So it is what it is. So we're here though talking about Lucas on the Lucas Chat podcast. I wanted to talk about something very interesting, in my opinion, that I think most people should know about. A lot of people don't know about good work ethic and being liked at work. So I'm going to talk about this because it's been on my mind, and I'm not going to, this happens in the work environment that I work in, and, I'm not going to give any names out of respect, but it's the difference when you go to work or you work at a job. As you guys know, I've had many jobs, property management, a student, running an RSO, being CEO of K.L.P. Entertainment. It's a lot of work that I have to do in my personal life, which I enjoy. I'm not complaining. They say if you complain about something you do, you may not be happy at what you're doing. You might need to change your career path. So, and that goes a long way. It really does go a long way when you're at a space that you're not really happy and you're miserable. So I wanted to talk about this because, there are some people out there that I know who are not really liked at work. And it's just, to me, it's a sad thing that you're not liked at work. It's very important to be liked at work. And I say this because me being a student in the School of Business, in ethics, in my ethics class right now, we talk about this kind of thing that you have to have the right, proper working ethic, and you must be liked at work. So again, for example, there are two people who are not really liked at work. Most people say with me, if you ever meet me, Lucas Nation, K.L.P. Worldwide fans, respect is earned, not given. That's a huge milestone for me. I don't give out respect just like willy-nilly. You have to earn your respect for me. So when you lose that respect and you lose that for me, then your respect is gone. And then I can't respect you as a person if you lose respect for me and you disrespect me. So a lot of people nowadays, they get upset and they pick with you because you might be the youngest cat in the game. So us millennials, I want to say us Generation Z actually, we're I say this multiple times. We're going to take over the world. We're going to be the next leaders of the world because Generation Z is coming up, and most of us are getting high position jobs. For me, example, I have a high position job. A lot of my other friends have high position jobs that pays about $12, $14, $15. Some of my friends even get paid $20 an hour, which is a great milestone. So you are in the pinnacle when you're making that much money. Now, it's hard out here in America to make that much money because our minimum wage here in Georgia alone starts at $7.25. That's not going to be enough to suffice yourself. You can't live off of that. You can't have your own place and your own car with a $7.25 budget. You just can't do it. It's unfeasible. You cannot do it. So, me being the youngest cat in the game, sometimes I get intimidated by other older people simply because they think that I'm young and dumb and don't know the world. So I don't prove myself to people. I say for Generation Z people, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. If you know who you are and you know what you're doing, that's all that really matters. But a lot of people tend to get a little intimidated because they're older. Um, they may not they may have graduated from college, but they're not doing anything with their degree, which that bothers me a lot. It really does. Why do you take the time to go to school, get this degree? You got the degree and you're not applying the degree. It's like you just wasted money right there. And you're working at this kind of job, like you're wasting your time. You wasted money that you have to pay student loans back for really nothing. So I'm not saying that, if you go for a degree and you don't apply it, then maybe it takes time, but um, it's sad. I think it's sad. It really is sad. Um, but back to what I was saying, me being the youngest cat in the game, um, a lot of people feel intimidated because I'm young. I do want to say though, I'm not young and dumb. I might be young, but I'm very smart. If I was such a kid and such a young buck, I wouldn't be. I would be at my parents' house. So to tell you the truth, Lucas Nation fans, I moved out of my dad's house when I was about 19, I want to say, and I say that because I started college. So I moved primarily out when I was 19. So I did go back for a summer semester because I couldn't afford summer. But I officially moved out when I became about 19, maybe 20. And I haven't been living with my parents ever since then, and I'm 23. So if I was such a young buck or such a young kid, I wouldn't have my own place, which I do. I wouldn't be having my own new car, which I do. I wouldn't be paying my bills, which I do. So where am I being the young cat at? That's the question I gotta ask you guys. If you are young and you're paying your own bills and you're taking good care of yourself and you're making some good income, you're not a young buck. You're an adult. And I want everyone to know that. I want everyone out there that's Generation Z who gets intimidated, don't really get intimidated, but who gets picked on for being young but taking care of themselves. So I just think it's a different role, and these older people. Um, and I have these older people that that's in my circle, my working circle. That I'm not going to mention names, but it's like you need to be liked at work, and no one likes you at work. So it's a sad thing, and I think it's miserable. It really is miserable that no one is liked by that specific person at work. Um, One of the people, I mean, they have a kid, and it's just like that might be the falling right there. And I'm not saying having a kid is a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that maybe that person had a dream, but then the kid came into the equation, so maybe she couldn't conquer her dream. So we talk about this in property management all the time. Um, I'm not downgrading kids, honestly. Not downgrading kids at all because my other friends that are in my working circle, they have kids and I love them. Um, I'm gonna shout out to Sumner Canty. She's a good friend of mine that's in property management. She's awesome. Um, at Deanna, shout out to her too. She's they're both awesome. Of course with the guys, um, but honestly, I don't see me having a kid at a young age is part of the equation because we have dreams. A lot of people have dreams. A lot of people have inspirations and things they want to do, and sometimes that kind of get in the way. And I get it, but when you show it at work, when you're not liked at work, it's a bad thing. And I almost feel sorry, you know. I try to make sure whether it's class, whether it's property management, or whether it's here in my office at K.L.P Entertainment, I gotta make sure I'm liked because when you're liked at work, we ride with you. We roll with you. We like you. We talking to you. We want to hang out with you. But when you're not liked at work, we don't want to hang out with you. We don't want anything to do with you. And it's sad because in the working environment, we try to portray that it's a team effort, but sometimes it's not a team effort. We're not a family. We're not a team because we have people who are not liked. We got people we can't stand. We got people that are disrespectful and just lost that respect. I have many people who dishonored me, who talked about me, who don't like me, which is cool. You don't have to like me, but just don't go around complaining that no one likes you because you dug that hole for yourself. And I just want everyone in Generation Z, everyone that's about my age, don't be intimidated for these old folks, these old bats who stuck in one job. When us Generation Z, yeah, we might be working one job, but we might got 3 other jobs. We might have dreams. We might have aspirations. I say this to many of my friends. My dream, become a millionaire by I'm 26. Millionaire by 26, and I'm 23 now, so I got 3 more years to go. So it's my ambition, and I guess that these older people out here in the world, they don't understand. Maybe they understand. They don't understand because they're stuck in one job that can afford them, and that's just it. And that's just that. That's all there is to it. It's sad. It really is sad to say, but I would just want all of our Generation Z people to know dreams are real. A lot of people love people who have dreams. You know, I might go on and I might move on. A lot of people are going to move on and find their dream job. They're going to find their dream and what they truly want to do, and what makes them happy. So that's the thing I want to talk about today because I've been thinking about it last night. And it's a sad occasion, and I hope older people, especially the ones that I know that's in my working circle, I hope they change, but they probably won't ever change. They're probably going to stay bitter. They're going to probably stay bitter and ratchy and mean and cold and just angry all the time. Life is too short to be this angry. Life is too short to be complaining that you're coming to work. I wake up every day blessed that I can get up every day, walk every day, get dressed, go to work, go to class, go film, and actually be happy about it. And I just think a lot of people should know that, especially the certain people that I know that's in my working circle that might be listening to me right now. You have to go find your happiness. Life is way too short to be so upset and pissed off at the world for what you've done or what mistakes you made, or what you have in your life that's going on that you don't really like. It's your choice. Don't bring it down to other people. And that's all I'm going to say on that occasion. So that's going to do it for the Lucas Chat podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this afternoon show. Of course, stay tuned for Grizzly Talk podcast as we're going to talk some more on that behalf. Coming right next after this podcast show, so you'll have to go to Grizzly Talk podcast at Spotify to listen to the newest podcast show from that channel. Of course, this is the Lucas Chat podcast. I'm Kennedy Lucas, logging out.